What's going on out there, good people, and welcome back to LMD Trading, where I am living my dream trading. Just sitting back down at the desk to go ahead and get another daily trade recap out of the way a little earlier than usual. So I don't foresee myself taking any more trades today. And I'm seeing some stuff that I really want to take some trades on, but I'm gonna stand down and not take any trades and go ahead and get this recap out of the way. Took two trades today. This day started off with me knowing that I had somewhere to be at 10 o'clock. So I gave myself the first 15 minutes of the market open to kind of try to see if I could find an idea to get into. I did. Took that trade, made a little bit of money, went to my appointment, came back, and found another trade. Looks like 10:53 is when I took that trade. Another small green trade, nothing spectacular, just kind of getting in and getting out. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this recap out of the way. So let's go ahead, let's jump on over into TRADERVUE. Take a look at the details. Reviewing trades for Tuesday, May 16th. Like I stated, took two trades. Closed P&L, $52. First trade was on the SPY. Got in that one 9:33. Stayed in it about 6 minutes. Left, came back, sat down. Took a trade on Tesla. Stayed in that one about 5 minutes. So all in all today, we traded for a little less than 12 minutes, made 52 bucks. Not much in the grand scheme of things, but it's people that go to work for an hour and don't make 50 bucks an hour. So made it in 15 minutes if you look at it that way. So that's what we did. Let's go ahead and bring up Thinkorswim and actually have my thumbnail watch list in front of me right now. So this is usually what I am looking at. It's on the computer directly in front of me. So market opens, I could just focus on these charts, looking for particular patterns. I had mentioned I saw some ideas that might interest me. One was Tesla. I don't even have to have a trend line on my chart right there. I'm trying to get it to drop. There we go. So I can pick this off of any of them. But I don't even need to have a trend line drawn to see that. So right when I started making this video, you can imagine Tesla was sitting about right here, coming back up. I know that this has room down to the 50 moving average. You see, the 50 is providing resistance to keep this from coming all the way down to the base of the channel. So let's just take a look at that. That's 50 cents. That's 30 cents in that move. Depending on what the delta is, let's say it's a delta of 0.5, 2 contracts, might have made about 30, 40 bucks in that little move right there. So that was one of, I come over here and I could blow this up. This is NVDA over here. It was given the same exact picture. I don't need to draw the channel for me to see it. That's where chart time comes in. I've looked at these charts enough to where I can visualize. Now this one has no resistance down there unless there's a price level. So price level is there, price level is there, next price level is about right there, and that's where it's kind of basing off of. Again, that all comes with chart time. So those were like two of the ideas that I kind of, as I was sitting down and I hit the start button to make the video, it was doing. We draw that one right there for the SPY. And you can see on the SPY, it's breaking out of it. It's breaking out of it right there. and it's using VWAP. So again, the more that you look at the charts, the better it is that you can see them. Look at NVDA now. Like I said, nothing's really there to provide resistance down to the base of the channel. And it really is that easy. They say trading is not easy. I think the technical analysis side of trading is fairly easy when you understand charts. The hard part, I said, it's right here. It's in between your head. It's the psychology. It's your mind. That's the hardest part of trading. Look how beautiful that trade would have been. Look at how beautiful that trade would have been. Now, if you got in on this one, 296.56, the base of it's about a quarter in that move. So if you were looking to get a full point out of your delta, you need 4 contracts. And when this moves 25 cents, whatever the delta is what you're going to make on the trade. So again, once you kind of understand that concept, look at the SPY. And you always hear me say, if a trade breaks the channel and it gets back in the channel, the next candle to get you back in is going to be explosive. Look at that move and look at where it bases out at. Y'all saw me just drop these channels. Y'all just saw me drop these channels. So let's go ahead. Let's get these trades out the way real quick. This is the SPY. We're actually looking at it play out. Ugly chart. Ugly chart right there. Let me do this right quick. And this kind of speaks to why it's kind of ugly. And I'm going to do something else real quick because this is not showing the right colors. I need to save. There we go. Green, black, red. That's how my previous high day, previous low of day, and close is supposed to look. But this is why today is doing this. It's an inside day. It's trading inside the previous day. Is below the weekly up channel, and it's inside of an hourly down channel. The SPY has a lot going on that's keeping it from doing anything spectacular other than these little choppy moves that it's making. So that's what the SPY is doing. It's just not really doing much at all. One thing I did want to show, I was just looking at the my gap list. TSLA. They did a reverse split on this yesterday. Let's look at the hourly. They did a reverse split. And I want to say it was like 200 to 1. Let's see. Yep, 1 for 200. They did that yesterday. This thing sells off. We talked about it in the Discord, and I'm like, I wonder if people woke up and they saw that this stock was trading a whole lot higher than it had previously been trading. Look at that. It was down at 2 cents. It sells off all day yesterday. Today, whoa, look at this. Today, you probably had some people shorting this, thinking that this was heading back down to those lows again. And now they are caught in this squeeze. And TSLA is just squeezing the mess out of people. Myself and Marksman Trader, who hangs out over in the Discord, was looking at this earlier around here somewhere. Maybe up in here somewhere. Look at how this thing is just squeezing. You saw it just squeeze straight on up to $7. So that's what I think is happening. Shorts are getting squeezed out of their positions. And you see it in this chart. I thought that this was just going to get back up to about right here and kind of stall out. No, this thing has just been tearing on decent volume at that. So I wanted to look at that one real quick. But let's go ahead. Let's bring up our 3-chart layout. We'll take a peek at these 2 trades real quick, and we're going to be out of here. These are 2 fairly quick ones. And I did this morning, I did another live pre-market routine. And when I did that, everything this morning were in wedges. Some people call them wedges. I call it a pennant. I guess it really is a wedge. But you had a lot of stocks trading in these wedges, and they had to break one way or the other. So ended up taking a trade on the SPY. Let's go ahead, drop some arrows on the chart. Was getting in on this candle right here. So I'm gonna drop an arrow there. Let's blow the chart up though, makes it a little easier. Drop an arrow right there, and I got out of this one in this candle right here as this was coming back up. So let's go back out, take a peek at it. Market opens. It's not doing much, not really doing much at all. And I see it ramps up, comes over, and it flushes back down. And before we do, why is this one not? I have to resave this one. I had not did it, and it's a quick way for me to do it. Watch this real quick. Something I learned. I think I can do it. Where is it at? You got 2 beakers up there. Let's go to load intraday. There we go. It changes it to how I want to see it. Let's come over here. Studies, load, and I saved it as intraday. Bam. There we go. Okay. So I'm getting in, and now you can see it better because gold is my VWAP. So I get in as this pushes below VWAP. You can't really see what I be seeing when I'm actually trading because you can't see what the ad was doing at the time, but the ad was kind of tanking. So I get in right here with a put, knowing it's not really going to be a big move. And I trade this down, decent move. Let's see what we were up at the height. We were up about, call it 119. So $16 more. We was up about 36 bucks. I was trying to get $50 out of this trade. And once it started coming back down, I started seeing buying pressure and I got out of the trade, made 20 bucks off of it. So nothing spectacular, just trading with the chart and what the ad was showing. Another thing was that we didn't break this low. I can drop a price line right here. Try to get a little bit more precise. So right there, look at where this thing came to. It didn't break this low. So when it didn't break that low, I'm like, nah, let me just get out of this thing. I don't want to sit through all of this to try to see this move. I don't want to do that. Now, had I been at the desk and wanted to take another trade, when this made this move, look what it's breaking over. It's breaking over the weekly up channel. It's breaking out of a hourly up channel. And it's breaking over the 50 moving average. It's pretty impressive. When it fails and it comes back and it breaks all of these to the downside, when this broke VWAP, I would have been all over this trade. I would have been all over this trade, probably buying at about right there at $1.03 or so. And this thing goes $1.30, call it $1.30. So on 2 contracts, it's $30 a contract. You're making 60 bucks. I'm probably getting out as it comes down to this purple line right there, which is a down channel on the hourly. But yeah, I'm not going to sit in this move back up through there when I know that this stalled out right there. When I know that stalled out right there. I'm going to delete this line here. But that was the SPY. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look at Tesla. Let's take a look at Tesla and see what we did. Tesla, we took once we got back to the desk. And there we go. Looking at it on this, on the option chart, looks to be a pretty good entry. Let's see. We got in at 284. As always, we're getting that very high fill. We're getting that very high fill. And then coming out, it is amazing. We're getting that very low fill. The candle that we were in hit a high of 310. So that was another $20 that we actually set through. And then it actually went $16 more. So another $32 higher than what we got out of. That would have put us at about $64. But let's go ahead, take a peek at it on the actual chart, and we'll look and see how and why we traded this. So getting in off of that candle right there, and I'm getting in more so when this gets back in that channel. This was a call. So if you notice, Tesla's in an up channel. I'm going to cancel this right extension. So that's how I drew it. That's how I drew it. Just as we're getting up to this area, I'll go ahead and extend it back again. So getting in right there and getting out right here. And you might say, why are you getting out right there when it didn't go all the way up to the top of the channel? I did because it had selling pressure coming in. It wasn't just pushing. You see a little top and tail, and then we really started getting the top and tails. Those top and tails are signs of like exhaustion. Like the move is dead. The buyers push it up and the sellers are stronger. It's like a tug of war. It's like a tug of war. Your team pulls the other team over and then they pull you back. They got more strength. And then you pull a little bit more and then they pull you further. That's what these top and tails were doing. The buyers would push it and the sellers would push it back just a little bit more. And then it's finally rolled over. Left a little bit of money on the table had we just tried to squeeze out a little bit more. Even if we would have did, even on the option chart, if we would have did 1 minute bar by bar in this, could have made a little extra money on this one. And I do remember how I got out of this trade. I had tightened my stop up. This particular candle here, again, big green candle, flushes down red and it tags my stop. And then the next one, same thing, big green candle, boom, pushes it back down. So that is why we exited that trade, but made 32 bucks. Again, $52 grand scheme of things. Doesn't seem like much, but that was on 11 minutes of actual taking trades. So I'll never be mad at that. I'll never be mad at that. There's people that sat down this morning and probably traded 2 hours and probably lost $1,000, $2,000. So got to take what the market gives. And if you could take green, it's always good. It's always good, especially if you traded your plan. That's the key, especially if you traded your plan. But as always, thanks for checking me out. If you hadn't already hit that like button, please do so. If you're not subscribed, please think about subscribing. And as always, we can continue the conversation in the comment section. We need to get out of this stagnation. The market is kind of stagnant right now. So we need to get out of that so we can get some good movement. But on that note, I'm wrapping this one up and we will be back at it again tomorrow. tomorrow. Peace.